Hi, I'm the Admissions and Access Officer here at Worcester, and today I'll be showing you around the college. Worcester is a medium-sized community in the heart of Oxford, which is known for its beautiful grounds, great facilities and friendly student body. We're currently looking at the college from its main entrance on Walton Street, so let's go inside. One of the first things you notice when you walk into college is our brand new flagstone to celebrate 50 years of women's students. To your right, you'll find the Porter's Lodge, or the Plodge. We have some plastic screens in place at the minute, but you can just about see our Porter Bev hard at work there. To the left, you'll see the stairs up to the college library, and we'll be going up there after we've taken a look at the main quad. Main quad is basically the hub of the college. It's where you'll find lots of our important spaces for students, like the library, the dining hall and the common room, and it looks pretty good too. On the left, you'll see the cottages, which date back to the 14th century. They're mainly used for tutors' offices. And on the right, you'll see the terraces, which date back to the 18th century and house some more offices and some student accommodation too. We're looking out from the cloisters. That's this big stone corridor with the archways. We've got some tables out here because we're right next to the dining hall, but first, let's retrace our steps to the library. Worcester is 5 to 10 minutes away from the major university libraries in the city centre, and it also has 3 libraries of its own. The first is the lower library, which is home to some specialist collections. It's a nice, quiet space to study, and you're surrounded by old manuscripts and artefacts. It's also got a pretty spectacular view over main quad. The second is the law library, which is on the other side of the college, and then the third is the upper library. It contains 65,000 volumes and it's open 24/7 during term, so if you're looking for some reading material, you should be able to find it here. And if you can't find the book you need, you can ask the librarian to buy it, or you can apply to the college's Equal Access to Learning Fund to get some money for it. Not too far from the library is the college chapel, which used to look pretty understated but was radically redesigned, including some carved animals at the end of each pew, with lots of colour and detail in the 1800s. It's often used for music, and it also plays a role in the spiritual life at the college, along with our multi-faith prayer room. The dining hall is right next door, and here you can get breakfast, lunch and dinner on every day of term. The food is excellent and reasonably priced. This year, the usual dinner price was about £4.50 for 2 courses, and there's also a formal dinner option a few nights a week. Walk away from the hall and you'll find yourself in Pump Quad, which is home to some more medieval buildings. These are used for first year accommodation. This is also the location of the college bar, which is currently doubling up as a cafe. The bar is one of the college's social spaces, and it would usually be open on each evening during term. It's fairly cosy, and it's also yet another building in Worcester with a really cool ceiling. The main social space in college for our undergraduates is the JCR, which stands for Junior Common Room. This is where you'll find lots of games like table tennis and video game consoles, some classic beanbags and a big TV, so everyone can get together and watch the football or put on a film. It has a great view down to main quad, which is impeccably looked after by our team of gardeners. If you stand by this flower border and look up, you get to see the pride flag flying over the college for the month of June. Wander away from main quad and you'll find Nuffield Lawn, which is part of Worcester's 26 acres of grounds and gardens. You'll often find students out here with their textbooks, chatting to their friends, or just relaxing in the sunshine. Lots of them have told me it's their absolute favourite place in college. We're lucky to have this big open space, which is really central but feels miles away from the city. Around the lawn, you'll find some more accommodation and teaching spaces, and you can also meet some of the animals who share the grounds with us. We'll meet some more later as well. One thing we're really proud of is the lake. We're the only Oxford college to have one, and not only does it make for a good Instagram post, but it's also a really tranquil part of the college. If you're in the middle of some work and you just need to take a break and watch some swans swimming around, you can come out to the lake and listen to this. And if you need some company, we have ducks! We're also the only Oxford college to have our sports grounds on site, so whether you're a keen sports person or you just fancy an ultimate frisbee match every now and again, you'll have the space to play. At the back of the field, we've got some tennis courts and hoops, but be careful because your game might just be interrupted by some of the college wildlife. This is the entrance to our brand new Sultan Nasrin Shah Centre. That room with the huge windows is usually used as a yoga and a dance studio. Inside we've got an auditorium with space for 170 people, which is often used for special events and lectures. There's a foyer which is currently being used as a study space because we're in exam season, and we also have a couple of modern teaching rooms which look out over the sports grounds too. Making your way back to the entrance, you'll come across some of our more modern student accommodation and the Nash Cafe, which would usually be open for light meals during term. Those buildings look out over the college orchard, and every autumn the gardeners take these fruits and turn them into fresh pear and apple juice for the college community. Finally, we've reached the Provost's garden. The Provost is the head of the college, and this used to be where they would live, but it's now used for teaching space. You'll often find staff and students using this huge lawn to catch up or do some work on the garden tables. We also share this garden with a family of foxes and the occasional deer. On special occasions, this space is used for big events like plays and garden parties. Just inside the Provost's lodgings, we have a multi-faith prayer room, which members of the college can use for prayer, meditation, reflection, or just a moment of quiet. Walk back through the lovely rose garden and you'll emerge into Main Quad, which is where we started. This is where our tour ends, but maybe we'll see you soon, and in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed taking a look around.